Welcome back to my haunted library. It's Regina. So, as 2018 is winding down, I thought I would do my list of my best books and my worst books that I read. Not ones that were published in this year, but the ones that I read and the ones I enjoyed the most and the ones that I thought weren't so good. So, according to Goodreads, I surpassed my reading challenge of 50 books, and I actually read 65 books. Which, is a lot, I think, but I'm not really that surprised because I do read a lot. I usually have about 3 books that I'm reading all at the same time, and I know I'm not alone in that. So, but I tried to read some, branch out and read some different books this year, including some YA books, which mostly ended up on my worst list, but I'll get to that. I'm going to start with the best, so this is in order of 10 through 1 being the best, if that makes sense. So, on my best reads of 2018, I had We Sold Our Soul by Grady Hendrix. I'm just going to go through them, not really talk about them that much. Heart-Shaped Box by Joe Hill. The Monk by Matthew Lewis. My Favorite Thing is Monsters by Emil Ferris. Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. Harvest Home, that was a reread, by Thomas Tryon. The Ruins by B. Scott Smith. The Books of Blood, volume 1 through 6, I finished all of them, by Clive Barker. A Storm of Swords by George R.R. Martin. I thought that was amazing. And my number one pick for 2018 was Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Now, that was a reread too. Now, of course, Jane Eyre is a very old classic book, but I'm measuring these as far as like the ones that took my breath away, the ones that astounded me and made me think, oh, this is great. So that's my measurement. Other people have different criteria, but that's mine. So now I have my 10 worst. Climb the Dark Mountain by Julie Wellesley. That was not so good. The Gunslinger by Stephen King. Wasn't feeling that one. The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Actors Anonymous by James Franco. The Other Girl by Erica Spindler. Soul Eater by Dana Brookins. The Longest Night by G. N. Williamson. Endless Night by Richard Lamon. And my first worst book, the one I thought was the baddest of the bad, was Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. So I noticed that a lot of my, the worst books were books that I normally wouldn't read, which are these YA books. And that is a direct result from me joining BookTube, not just joining BookTube, actually reading books recommended from BookTube, succumbing to peer pressure, I guess, and reading books that I normally wouldn't read. So the reason they might be on my worst list is just because I'm not into those books. I've discovered by reading a lot of them that's not really my thing. So this is completely subjective, and I want to know what you think. What are your worst? What are your best? A lot of people are doing this on BookTube, and to me, it's just kind of a fun thing to do. The whole rating system, I feel, and I'm going to get into this when I do another video about my year in review. I think the rating system, I'm rethinking that because even if the book is bad, I can still enjoy it, if that makes sense. I just finished a book that kind of was loved and panned, Final Girls by Riley something. It was a pseudonym. I just finished that yesterday. I was reading it like this for days. And when I finished it, my thoughts were, it's, I'm not going to, no spoilers, but the ending was kind of contrived. I was like, oh, that's really kind of not so good. But I'd have to say I really enjoyed it because it kept me riveted for days and it gave me a lot of entertainment and escape. And that's what I like to read. And that's why I like to read, rather. So, yeah, I just some random thoughts about that. So that's my list. Let me know what your list is. If you've read any of these books, tell me if you agree or disagree, and maybe we can compare notes. So thanks for stopping by my haunted library, and I'll see you soon. Bye.